Yeah, the best way I sort of heard it described that resonated with me is that, and this is where I always went wrong with in my life before and with relationships, is that when you put the woman as your sole priority and like your priority is where it starts going wrong. Like when you focus on, like for me, in my experience now, since I've been focusing on purpose and a passion project or a business, and everything else is like sort of second to that or comes after
Yeah.
that. Like my world's opened up, if you know what I mean, and things have changed. Everything's fallen into place. Like I'm having them sort of connection with people in our relationships, and there's no like it's going somewhere, if you know what I mean. It's not.
Yeah.
And I know that something he's cut off, and many people on social media have covered off about men now. Just I think it's when you're a young guy, as well, a young lad, that you more so like it is that you think, oh, just women, 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 and they sort of become your priority, you focus on your purpose all the time, and live for the weekend kind of thing, and go out drinking and go for women, and then you're like messaging them all the time, and then they're like feel that you're needed, don't they? And it's like, well, has this guy not got anything else going on?
Yeah.
And that's where it goes wrong. So
You learn with years, eh? You become wiser and better, and you prioritize yourself. And for that, Mr. Andrew Tate, we would like to say a massive, massive thank you. There you go.
I noticed like most of the hate offline comes from like the female population towards him, and then they're saying, "Oh, Andrew Tate's got these fanboys, or they call it boys and stuff like that," and it's like you start to see this real clear divide between men and women at the minute online, can't you? Like,
Yeah, but you can ask them the question like, "Oh, are you a fan of Kim Kardashian or something like that?" Because they're into season 27,000 or something like that, and I bet girls are still watching that or something. Like, "Oh, Kim, oh, she just split up with Pete Davidson or something like that," and everyone's massive hoo-ha with that. Like, "Oh, go Kim, you've been so good, yeah, go women," and all that sort of jazz. But actually, maybe she wasn't wrong. We never know.
yeah, it's funny because yesterday I had like a conversation about this topic, and Andrew Tate with my sister, and she is very much like disgusted with the guy and everything, like most women are at the minute, and I like fully agree. What's happened the last 24 hours, but when I started talking about other things and explain it all, like what we've talked about on this podcast, she's sort of like come across and like to my side and like understanding that, yeah, I see where you're coming from actually with that, because I was explaining it in the right way.
Yeah.
She kind of understood where I was coming from a male's aspect of things, and why the way Andrew Tate's been about certain subjects and things for men has been good. I probably ain't explained that very well, but then for
Let's go again.
obviously for women, it's some of the stuff he talks about is not so good. But like, for example, one of the things I said is I don't agree with, and what he does is when he does his podcast, you can see that it's very selective girls that are around there with him. They're all dolled up, so, and it's always like it's this select group is what mirror images. This is what all women are like, or this is what all men are like. And it's not like that. Everyone's the select groups, and everyone's different. Not everyone's tied with the same brush and like that. But if you do see like some of the females he has on his podcast and around him when he's talking, they are all like dolled up and thinking about the next handbag, or like guys paying for them and thing, and he's got the right girls in there, kind of thing, to say, look, this is not what it's about, kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's what I'm
you
trying
got
to
it
get
right.
across. But we kind of live in a world now where, and this is what I was, like I said, I was trying to say to my sister, is that you go just in your, I just know from my local town or whatever, and city and that, you go out and girls are getting more uncontrollably drunk now than guys get.
Mm.
They're getting more wild, so to speak, with everything, more tattoos on them, more like
Yeah.
this, and going out and buying stuff and shoes and a guy. And I know you've told me a story before, and you've messaged a chick, and the way she's come across as a little princess, basically. I'm my daddy's
Essentially,
princess,
yeah.
and you've been like, see you later.
Yeah, she was like, are you going to take care of me for the rest of my life? And I'd be like, it's been a nice talking to you for the last 45 minutes, but I think this cannot longer continue. Goodbye. Left it there.
Well,
Andrew Tate is my daddy.
it sounds like you're sharing a bed with him one side and Elon the other.
Well, who do you think is going to get him on the podcast, mate? Another episode. See you next week, guys. Yeah. I got to go now.
It's, no, it's definitely interesting. Like, I think he's being very tactical and clever with taking over social media and being the talk of the town, as they say, because it's creating in mind, isn't it, and
Yeah.
business, and just like I know that there's a lot of people signed up to his course quite rapidly in like the last month and stuff. So it's definitely working, isn't it? What he's doing. So
Mm. I think that figure that he said obviously was 5,000. I think that was when he first sort of launched it. I think it's a lot more now because I've done some research and people are just going mental. I think it's like $69 or something to join this course. And obviously you get all the sort of inside information on how to obviously better your life and be just a better person, to be fair. But that brings me on another point. Obviously, we here at Alpha Media are trying to create something special for you guys. So, obviously, with all the struggles in life on day to day, we are currently obviously still in development of our course, which we want to release to you guys, which will help, obviously, sort of take away all the crap that you guys normally see online. Because normally, as everyone do when they first start, they go on YouTube and they do their research, and you watch video number 1 to 100, and then you say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to give it a try." And then you think in the next 48 hours you're going to be the big next billionaire. But unfortunately, that does not happen because there's a lot of crap that's out there. We, on the other hand, has decided to take all this stuff out and just give you the things that you need, step by step. We've created, obviously, well, I'm going to share this on this podcast, like a 6-day course. Within those 6 days, you guys are going to get a lot of information, which will help you to create, obviously, multiple streams of income, which will then obviously make you or allow you to become financially free. This is what we're all about. We're on the same journey, but we want to give you guys the steps of how to do it.
and information about starting a business, like in many places. Like Andrew's got his courses, Discord chat. We've got ours, a course coming. Loads
Yeah,
of people have courses stuff, but I feel that online, like you just covered off, there's so much
saturated, isn't it?
fluff and saturated stuff that you can spend literally. I've done it myself. Spend years. I'm not talking days, months, or anything. You spend years trying to get to the answer and get to the final.
Yeah,
Like, I guess golden egg, really. And like, I'm glad like I've gone through the journey I have and done what I've done, and I've created, and well, we've created something for people. You can just know all the answers in 6 days. So when obviously we'll let people know when that gets launched,
yeah.
but people are going to be fast tracked where I wish someone had fast tracked me and showed me all these answers before.
Exactly. Same goes for me. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I had like someone who can mentor you and obviously get it done within a quicker time. But again, it's like it's a learning, isn't it? Like we've done it for years and years. You've actually done it a little bit longer than me, to be fair. But yeah, I've learned so much since this journey started. It's incredible, incredible how much research, how much stuff there is out there, and the stuff that you need to take on and take out is incredible. You know, you get more of stuff you need to take out, which is all the crap and all the bullshit you got, and then obviously just keep the important stuff. But yeah, we've taken all the stuff out for you guys, just giving you the good value stuff.
Yeah, it's good. So, what's your sort of views and standpoint on, um, I guess, what we've covered off today in terms of Andrew Tate himself? What is views on his your views on his views about um, males and females?
Um, So I'll start from this, right? So he has obviously jumped on this social media wagon, right? So he's like this new thing, this interesting thing that everyone wants to see. This is why he exploded so much, because again, everyone's fascinated about the new shiny thing, isn't it? Like this new shiny object kind of thing. It's exactly the same with that. He's just obviously in a human form. He's got a lot of great values. I will say that. The things that he says. Absolutely cool. Obviously, the stuff that he said in the last, I suppose, 24 hours, it's something a bit, some people call it a bit explicit, shouldn't have been said. But I'll get that. But then how can you stay on the top if you cannot create controversy? Like, if you just stay at the same level, you're going to phase out, aren't you? You're going to fade out to the abyss. You're not going to be there, isn't it? He's just trying to stay on it. He's just trying to stay on top. He's just trying to still be that alpha male that obviously is dominating the social media for months and months and months to come, and showing other people or well, he's so specific he is for male population, how to become a better male. You know what you need to do it. And not being funny, I think on this journey that we've obviously seen him and we've seen this first bit of sort of controversy, I think there's going to be a lot more. Like he's going to say that's just going to shook people. I'll be like, oh my god, what is he
Yeah,
saying? We're so softened like in this world that we can't take what he says. That's essentially what it is, isn't it? So he says something that just makes people either cringe or be like, well, actually, maybe it's right or maybe it's wrong, whatever. But yeah, you're going to see it. I think for the next foreseeable few months, it's not going to stop. I think it's just going to be more and more stuff with him. It is going to divide people. You know, we like him, we love him, but again, like I said before, you don't you can't be number one without beating like number one or like just creating some sort of like a stir around you, if you know what I mean. Like it's just been with everything essentially, isn't it? Like with every single thing that has happened previously or whatever. Like even going back to the good old Boris Johnson with whatever he was doing, that created a stir around media. You could have seen like TikToks at the time or Instagram or stories about him left, right, and center, wasn't it? It's with everything,
yeah,
isn't it? So yeah, that's my opinion. Get bigger and better.
yeah. I think you put that really well. Like one of the examples I use with my sister when I was trying to explain it is that I'm not going to use the sort of example I used, but I'm just going to explain what I said. Is that if you was to take away everything you've been raised to know, like
Mm.
if you've been raised to be a good person and respectful and not say these things and all that, and you take away everything schools have um, taught you how to be and
Yeah.
society itself, and you was just to have a straight from your mind
Mm.
opinion about something where it's not been, so to speak, diluted or whatever from everything else you've been taught, what would your genuine opinion be on that particular thing? And like I said, I'm not going to use the example I used, but that's what I mean. As you a, a baby and you become a kid and that, you get your parents teach you how to be, so you're already shaped. And you go to school and then they shape you. Then you go to a job because they teach you and raise you to just go get a job. They don't teach you to become an entrepreneur or business and think for yourself, just go get a job, and then you go on this sort of journey. Then you got society around you that are like you said in what you just said a minute ago. Oh no, we can't take that. You can't say that. No, you can't.
Yeah.
It's I always forget the political word they use, but you
Or
basically,
being
well,
politically
that is that.
correct or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I just said it, didn't I? I did it, but basically trying to be like you just said, politically correct all the time, and trying to not tiptoeing around, aren't you? You're not trying to like
Yeah.
piss anyone off or on any side. It is just to be generally just right. This is my opinion. Just say it. Like, how different would this world be if everyone was like that? For probably good and bad reasons.
Oh yeah.
But I think he's just says how he feels. He's quote unquote like most millionaires, billionaires, not above the law, but they are more that they're able to be free and do to a certain extent what they want and say what they want.
Now, quick break for adverts.
Opportunity to talk about what we're about here at Alpha Media. We inspire others to start an online business. Give them the blueprints. Show them the way to start making their first commission online and escape the 9 to 5. We should have a link listed somewhere, either around or beneath this video in the description. If you click on that link, you'll go through to a web page. On that web page there'll be a video with myself or Dave talking through what those sort of next steps look like and through that process. Apart from that, thank you for taking the time to watch our content and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Canva is a graphic design tool that works to simplify the process of digital design. Canva allows for image editing and project-based learning using a simple drag-and-drop interface that works well even for younger students. From brainstorming as a group working collaboratively to individual project creations, it has lots of potential uses in the classroom. If you would like to try your skills at Canva, please click the link in the description.
Which can lead down a dark road, don't get me wrong, but sometimes there's some
Yeah.
good things to that as well, isn't there?
Mm.
Like, there's too many people that are just trying to be politically correct. I like that Will Smith thing that happened and the guy got slapped. How much is that going on? And now I saw the other day that a TikTok, I don't know how old it was, but Will did a public apology and thinking, look, genuinely sorry, says I was in a bad place or I'm in a bad place and all this. Like, you could see that. Everyone knows what Will's gone through and that. But I'm not going to lie, the guy probably did need a slap in the mouth because he took it too far, did it? It's not the first time he did a joke about his wife. It's the second time he did it.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was like we all have banter with our mates and stuff and that, and conversations we've had recently with about stuff with our mates and that is, and you're trying to learn where the line is with your friends and that, and you know where the line is. Well, some things are obvious where the line is,
Yeah.
and he obviously crossed that line. And he probably did deserve a slap in the mouth. Everyone's like, "Oh no, it's not the right way to handle it," and that.
But again,
Yeah,
society didn't take it, did it? They were just like, "Oh my god, it's just so crazy because on Oscars this should never happen." But actually, if someone crossed the line, he stood up to it and he slapped them. There you go. That's how it was, wasn't it? Like society, everyone was sitting there, all in their suits and all their dresses and all this stuff, all be like, "Oh my god, oh, what has happened?" Well, actually, someone got slapped for talking shit.
yeah. Like, I know I'm probably going to get some hate for what I'm about to say now,
We both are.
but I'm just going to say is that men bring a lot of great things to the world, and women bring different great things to the world. but I know full well, I've seen it everywhere, and I know it from my own experience through life and everything, is that nothing would move forward in this world if it wasn't for men, because of how we're reared and how we are. We want to keep bettering, we want to keep engineering, keep, do you know what I mean? That driving force that pushes forward. Like,
Yeah.
when we say such and such wants to take us to the moon or be a multi-universe person, who is that? Elon Musk. What is he? He's a male. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh.
When you look through history and stuff, you look at what's drove things forward or whatever. It's usually it's a male, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna get so much hate for this episode. It's unreal. Some feminists will start commenting down the bottom and say, "What do you
No,
guys?
but
Who do you guys think you are?"
I know, but okay,
It's
we'll
true.
counteract it. We'll counteract it for the feminist and for the female. If it weren't for females, there wouldn't be men to drive it forwards or any further, would it? Because yeah, men can't produce babies and stuff. They produce. Do you know what I mean? And I know they're going to say, "Oh, that's not as great or a low blow or whatever." It is like it is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we all complicate the world now, and it is very black and white and straightforward. It always has been. Is that we're like every other humans, are like every other animal out there in this world. We're there
which
to survive, and we're there to procreate and keep carrying it on like any other.
also
But because we've got this
would
here, this mind that's more advanced than any other mind of any other animal on the planet, we try and just, it's wasted, I think, wasted brain power because we spend too much time bickering between ourselves and going on and this, that, and the other. But if we actually just cut out all the rubbish and stop um, wasting brain power and stuff and actually think, like, this is why I like Elon for what he's doing. And now he says, like, we spend too much time having wars and going on about money and everything, when our real purpose should be to advance beyond this planet, to other planets, go beyond the stars. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like where do we go from here? Because do we just hang tight and do what we're doing and then wait till a comet comes, wipes us out like the dinosaurs after so many years, and then another species comes along? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Going back to the Elon Musk thing, he is the man I would trust my life with, right? There are some pictures online when he's been on holiday. That man is working, dudes. That man is pale as anything. He hasn't seen a bit of sun at all, man. Well, you compare him to Jeff Bezos. Bezos is on holiday, all tanned, all good. He's got someone running his company for him. Elon works, man. You can see him, and it's literally like that boy is in that factory, in that workplace, putting 16, 17-hour days just to get somewhere within this company, and that is motivation right there. Like, if you see that, it's like, wow, the man actually wants to create and achieve something. It is incredible to see, like, two different people, two different billionaires. Yeah, one still works as a normal employee. You could potentially say that, like, so someone who works on a factory line in Tesla, he works exactly like that person, 16, 17 hours every single day.
Yeah, it's coming back to like Andrew Tate and that. He works really hard. All these millionaires and billionaires, they do. Like I said
Yeah.
at the beginning of this podcast, it's just a different mindset. It's just a different, and we've seen that transitioning early days,
Yeah.
obviously, but transition from what we're doing. Sorry, it's um, it's just completely different mindset. You got to be eye of the tiger every day. Completely like bettering yourself every day. Be on it. It's that player versus player.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be like that. Like, I've noticed since I've been like that, and my mindset's shifted. Like I said earlier on, the things that I were always a problem for me, I felt that were a problem for me in my life, have started changing now. They've no longer become a problem.
So I think that brings this second part to the end, don't you think? I think we've discussed quite a bit of Mr. Andrew Tate. I think we've upsetted quite a bit of people. I think there's going to be loads of comments down below. But, you know, this is how it is, unfortunately. If you don't like it, suck it. There you go.
You made it worse, man. I think
It is what it is.
We have to be open to everyone has their own opinion. I think once we
and then we just
start there, then the rest will follow. But I think we have to be able to everyone has their own opinion about things.
Absolutely. And we've just given our opinion to you guys on the internet. You guys can obviously check us out on all the socials. So Alpha Media on Instagram. Obviously, everything will be listed down below, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to watch any other episodes because we've done a lot of different topics from obviously weeks and weeks back. So yeah, please check it out. Subscribe. We love you. We the best. You the best. All great. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one. Take care.